Inside American Pickers stars business drama from Frank Fritz's struggling store sales to Mike Wolfe's expensive items. From Frank Fritz's struggling antique store sales to Mike Wolfe's expensive store items, it appears that TV ratings may be the least of the History Channel star's problems. Frank, 59, who was hospitalized after having a stroke last year, is the owner of the antique shop Frank Fritz Finds in Savannah, Illinois. Last month, the shockingly low annual sales of the antique store were revealed as Frank's conservator helped manage the shop following the American Pickers star's debilitating stroke. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal Frank Fritz Finds' estimated annual sales per Experian's business valuation report. Frank Fritz Finds' estimated annual sales are reportedly $25,000. The company's business credit score is 27, and the business is considered to be a medium risk. According to the report, the score predicts the likelihood of serious credit delinquencies within the next 12 months. A lawyer for Frank did not respond to the U.S. Sun's request for comment. Back in March, the U.S. Sun obtained photos of the store appearing emptier. An insider told the U.S. Sun, "There hasn't been a single new item in the store. An employee told me new antiques come in literally never." When questioned about the last time Frank was seen at the store, the worker replied that the store owner hasn't been seen in years. The U.S. Sun exclusively revealed that customers of Frank Fritz Finds have complained about late workers and rude staff as Frank continues to recover from a stroke. One customer wrote in December 2022 on Google Reviews, "It was supposed to open at 10 a.m. When we went and the lights were not on and antique sales lady was late," according to another worker. "She did open up the antique sales for us, which is not heated, so be prepared in the winter. There were a decent amount of actual antiques that were reasonably priced. Definitely cluttered. The staff was AH." Another recently wrote, "I was a huge fan of the show. I stopped in to give Frank support and see what all the buzz was about. The place looked like an episode of Hoarders. Staff was rude. Just disappointing. How is this place in business?" A third complained, "Nothing but overpriced junk. Employees are rude. Don't waste your hard-earned money." But not all customers agreed, as another commented, "Friendly and helpful folks." From one Frank to another 4-star rating. Another said, "Locals are friendly and helpful finding Fritz collection. That's also the not-so-good part. For a curiosity shop it's hard to find because it's behind the bar in what looks like a private room." Frank's close friends filed an emergency appointment of a temporary guardian and conservator for the star on August 18, 2022, claiming his decision-making capacity is so impaired from the stroke. The conservatorship papers exclusively obtained by the U.S. Sun revealed plans to revamp the store. The initial plan filed by conservator Midwestone Bank read, "Mr. Fritz is a well-known collector and has numerous outbuildings full of valuable collections. The conservator has not yet inventoried those items but plans to leave them largely as they are now, with the exception of stocking Mr. Fritz's antique store in Savannah as needed." Conservator is hopeful Frank will be able to participate in selection and pricing of items as he did previously. American Pickers star and creator Mike Wolfe, 59, owns Antique Archaeology with stores located in both LeClaire, Iowa and Nashville, Tennessee. Customers have complained about Mike selling items inside his Nashville antique store for high prices, including $18 socks and a $900 cat food sign. The U.S. Sun has obtained exclusive photos inside the Nashville, Tennessee store that reveal the pricey items. In one photo, Mike is selling Gone Pickin' socks for $18. Another expensive item includes a $900 Purina Chow antique sign, while a Pepsi Cola sign is going for $1,200. A vintage Pepsi machine will set customers back $2,200. Other collectibles include an early toy motor for $75 and a pair of 1942 Ohio license plates for $100. Customers have complained about the expensive prices in the Nashville store. One customer recently wrote on Google Reviews, "Nice place to visit. Plenty to do and see. Prices are a little high. But you can find items that you cannot find anywhere else." A second commented, "If you're interested in buying a piece, there's not a huge variety of items to choose from. Lots of merch from Antique Archaeology though. Everything is overpriced. Everything." A third said, "Kind of disappointed. Mostly just merch for the show. Very few items to purchase, very expensive." The U.S. Sun previously reported antique archaeology in Iowa came under fire by customers for selling mainly merchandise instead of antiques. Customers have complained about the Nashville store's lack of collectibles as well. One user wrote on Google Reviews, "The staff was friendly enough, however most everything in there was just merchandise that advertised antique archaeology. I wanted to see more of the stuff that the guys picked up around the country to sell and possibly make a purchase, but as there were very few items in there that would fit my needs. All I saw was the overpriced merchandise that advertised antique archaeology." A second wrote, "The place is so small and very little of the antiques collected on the show are for sale, or even there in the store. It's mostly just cheap souvenir stuff." The photos obtained by the U.S. Sun show the merchandise including pins, magnets, shot glasses, keychains, bumper stickers, shirts, hats, tote bags, mugs, glasses, thermometers, gloves, and more items. Antique Archaeology's Nashville location's estimated annual sales have been revealed after he faced backlash over his expensive items. The U.S. Sun exclusively revealed Antique Archaeology Nashville's estimated annual sales per Experian's Business Valuation Report. Antique Archaeology Nashville's estimated annual sales are reportedly $903,000. The company's business credit score is low risk, meaning there is a good probability of on-time payment, according to the report. As for the financial stability risk ratings, Antique Archaeology received a low risk of 2 out of a 5 rating, meaning a 1.11% potential risk of severe financial distress within the next 12 months. A rep for Mike and Antique Archaeology have not responded to the U.S. Sun's request for comment. Last month, Mike hired a new agent for his antique business as the Iowa store has struggled with low annual sales. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal the reality TV star has hired a new registered agent for Antique Archaeology Nashville LLC. According to the Tennessee Secretary of State's office, the annual report for 2022 was filed on June 23, 2023. The registered agent was changed from Steve Brown to Beth Welzenbach, who is Mike and Robbie's sister. The stores in both Nashville, Tennessee, and LeClaire, Iowa are under Antique Archaeology Nashville LLC. The change comes as the U.S. Sun previously reported Antique Archaeology in Iowa's estimated annual sales per Experian's Business Valuation Report. Antique Archaeology's estimated annual sales are reportedly $62,000. The company's business credit score is 23, which is medium-high risk. The report claims of the score, this score predicts the likelihood of serious credit delinquencies within the next 12 months. As for the financial stability risk ratings, Antique Archaeology received a medium risk of 3 out of 5 rating. The report claims this rating predicts the likelihood of payment default and/or bankruptcy within the next 12 months. A rep for Mike and Antique Archaeology did not immediately respond to the U.S. Sun's request for comment.